Erik Gronwall has produced a mini little documentary, and everyone who's an Erik Gronwall fan has been asking me to react to this documentary. It is called To Hell and Back, the Erik Gronwall story. I'm looking forward to this because all we ever see is the music and a couple of interviews here and there. I'd be interested to see what this guy's got to say about his life. Anyway, it's 6.5 minutes, so strap in. But before we do, if you do actually like my videos, then please hit like and subscribe. It supports me, supports the channel, and I do appreciate it very, very much. And I do mean it when I say that. Right, okay, Erik, let's see.
I was lying in a hospital bed.
Oh, you're going back to
I didn't know if I was going to make it, and I made a promise to myself. If I survive this, I will sing for the rest of my life.
Yes, bro. That is motivation to keep you going there, isn't it?
My name is Erik Gronwall. I won Swedish Idol. I sang for Heat. I got cancer.
No.
I nearly died.
Wow.
I joined Skid Row. I sang for Michael Schenker.
Wow.
And then I decided to do my own thing.
Yes, man.
And this is the story.
Yes, mate. Well, we don't need to know anything else. That's the end of the reaction. I'll see you later. I'm joking. So we're going to get all them little bullet points described by Erik. Let's go.
I grew up obsessed with music.
Okay.
My dad was a musician in the 70s, and he taught me how to play the guitar, and he taught me 3 chords, A, D, E. And he told me, now you can play thousands of songs.
Yeah.
I was like, thousands of songs?
Yes.
So powerful.
Standard pop
I won
music.
Swedish Idol, and I was 21 or 22 at the time. And I remember thinking, okay, it starts now. It's happening, you know?
Yeah.
And then I realized I had no fucking idea what I was doing. So after Idol, I was on a major label. I had a career. I recorded music, but it wasn't a very good career until I was asked to join Heat. That changed everything for me.
Okay.
That was a rock band that sounded like the kind of rock that I like, that I grew up listening to. And
that's important, you know. That is very important, to enjoy the music you're doing. Do you know what I mean? You could go into a different band and you're being told to do something else, sing a different way, or have a different genre to singing, and you're not entirely happy with what you're doing. But then to go into a band that you like the sound of, it's going to make you more happy, isn't it?
And that's where I found myself as a singer, artist, songwriter, my stage persona. That's where I became the artist that I am today. We toured pretty much all over the world. We recorded music together for 10 years. We did so much stupid shit together, and it was the best time of my life. And then after 10 years, I decided I wanted to explore what else was out there.
Yeah.
And I decided to leave the band. And that's when I got sick.
Wow.
Leukemia, blood cancer. I remember the moment the doctor told me. I still remember exactly where I was sitting. I remember what I was wearing. I remember what the room smelled like. You know, you don't forget something like that.
Look at him though, he's putting a brave face now, and he's still smiling and stuff for the cameras and what have you. But inside he would have been like absolutely crapping himself, you know what I mean?
Room smelled like. You know, you don't forget something like that.
No.
The treatment was brutal. And I had days where I was like, okay, this is the end.
Wow.
My life is over. 33 years old. I had a bone marrow transplant, and I don't remember exactly when, but at some point during this process, I was like, I'm gonna fight this fucking thing. If I make it out of here alive, I'm gonna sing for the rest of my life. And I made that promise to myself. I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna sing for the rest of my life. And I made it out. About 2 months later, 2 months after my bone marrow transplant, I got a DM on Instagram, and it was Rachel Bolan of Skid Row.
Okay.
Skid fucking Row.
Yeah. The iconic band from the 80s, do you know what I mean? What's his name? Who Ronnie Radke with a laptop. I forgot his name. What's his name out of Skid Row? That's doing my head in that now. Help me out, chat. What's his name out of Skid Row? Sebastian Bach. Sebastian Bach, yes. Big name that I can remember. And obviously a massive band from the 80s onwards. Right, that is pressure.
Skid Row. Skid fucking Row. One of the bands I grew up listening to.
Yeah, man.
18 in Life, Youth Gone Wild, It was so surreal because I did 18 in Life when I auditioned for Idol.
And a cover, yeah.
What a full fucking circle moment. And they reached out to me 2 months after my transplant and asked me if I wanted to become their singer.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, hold on, I'm just gonna call my doctor.
Make sure it's okay.
See what she says. and I did. And I was expecting a no, obviously, because it was 2 months after my transplant. But she was like, yeah, it might work if you always stay close to a hospital and take your medicine, you should be fine.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, really? Okay, let's fucking go.
And I suppose you had that attitude of it, if he is going to go out, as in like if he is going to die and he's accepted that, if he's going to sing for Skid Row for a bit before he does, at least he's going to go out with a bang. You know what I mean? I like his drive, his motivation, his whole persona in fighting this like horrible disease sort of thing. And he's an inspiration, absolute inspiration.
And I was like, really? Okay, let's fucking go.
Yeah, man.
So 6 months after my transplant, I was in Las Vegas as the new lead singer of Skid Row. Before I even met the guys, we recorded an album together, and it was all so surreal. I weighed 55 kilos, but I knew that this was my moment.
55
what
kilos?
I've been waiting for my whole life. And I knew I had to sing. I had to keep that promise to myself to sing for the rest of my life.
55 kilos. He must have looked like a skeleton, man.
And I ran out on stage that first night, and it was insane.
I bet it was.
We toured pretty much everywhere together, did a lot of shows in the States. We had a great run, but after 2 years of touring, my recovery caught up with me, and I had to take a step back to fully focus on recovering after all the treatments.
Yeah.
So I spent about a year fully focused on healing, taking care of myself. I stopped taking the medication, and I've been working out. I've been doing martial arts, and today I feel like I did before I got sick. And then another legend reached out to me, Michael Schenker.
Oh, here we go.
If you know rock music, you know what that means. So back on the road with Michael Schenker, I had the best time. But before that, something was building inside me. I asked myself at some point, who is Erik Gronwall? Because I've always been in bands, and it's been great.
Yeah.
But now I feel like it's time to tell my own story.
Yeah.
I had so much music inside me that had never come out. And if I was going to keep that promise I made to myself at the hospital, I felt like I really have to do this. I have to do this for me.
Get your own career, get your own destiny, get your own story, like you said. Because if you piggyback on everyone else, he's just a singer of Skid Row, he's just a singer of Michael Schenker, etc. Now he can establish himself as who he is. I mean, he's got a massive following, especially from Sweden. You know what I mean? They all come all over my YouTube whenever I put an Erik Gronwall reaction out, and like saying, he's the best, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? He's got an absolutely incredible range. He's got an absolutely incredible voice, man.
I felt like I really have to do this. I have to do this for me. And the album Bad Bones is the answer to that question.
Yeah.
I've experienced a lot of crazy things in my career, surreal things. But honestly, I feel like it's just starting now. I went on a soul-searching journey, just focusing on writing music together with my producer, Fredrik Tomander at Palma Music Studios, and my buddy, Jonah T.
Yeah, and Jonah.
We ended up with this album called Bad Bones, which will be out May 22nd. And it's the most honest thing I've ever done. Every song tells a story, and I'm extremely proud of this album and the start of this journey.
Good.
My name is Erik Gronwall, and I will sing for the rest of my life.
Yes.
Yeah!
Yeah, let's go. What an absolute legend. That was a very, very honest documentary. And you know what? All you can do is admire the guy. The stuff he's been through, the stuff he's done. What is he, 38 now? In that spell of time. I mean, away from the illnesses, He's already done more than a lot of musicians will ever do. Now he's got his own career and his own label, etc. Then you've just got to get behind the guy, haven't you? You've got to get behind him and say, well done. And you know what? For hitting that cancer head on, for putting a brave face on, for saying I am going to beat this and getting the motivation to do that, and doing exactly what the doctor said, taking a step back when you needed to, etc., to focus on recovery. And you know what? The guy's come through the other end. What an absolute car crash that must have been for a bit in his life. But, you know, the guy's probably dealt with so much bad stuff. The good stuff will just be probably heightened. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you've got to respect the guy for it. You've got to respect him. He's just a fucking legend. And do you know what? Listening to some of his covers and stuff and some of his music, it's no wonder he knocked Linkin Park off the top of my listen to list from last year. Couldn't believe that when I looked at my end of year stats. I'd actually listened to Erik Gronwall more than Linkin Park. That is crazy. Anyway, what did you guys think of this documentary? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to follow Erik. Don't forget to listen to his music, etc. I know the guy would love you to, because that's what he does this for. It's not just for him, it's for you as well. And I'll see you next time.